Welcome. I'm doing a second intervention today. This one is Bitcoin day trading, Elliott wave, episode number 4. And I'm doing this second intervention today. Normally, I only make one per day, but I'm doing a second one today because of the recent price action. And I wanted to take a look at it with you because it allows me to talk about some important concepts of Elliott wave. And I'll try to explain to you why news does not matter. And even if it did, you cannot trade it. But I'll explain that to you while we look at the charts. First, let's go to my disclaimer, as always, so that you are aware that there are risks involved. So read risk warning and my disclaimer. If you want to reach out to me because you need some help with trading, we always can schedule a one-on-one coaching service. And I even have here a 60% discount if you want, if you're interested. So use that in case you need some help. And now let's go to the charts. So what happened is that wave 2 retraced 0.786%. That's a Fibonacci number. And if you want to look, we're going to look at the retracement now. The retracement is what happened here, the correction. So wave 5 ended here. Even if we didn't go as high as expected, it ended here. And then we had an ABC downward correction. This downward correction now should be over, and we're starting an impulse wave up. And I can already see the first 3 waves of that impulse wave, but it must be much longer than 5 here. It must be much longer. Our target for now is, once the retracement is done, and it's done. So what I did now is I took the Fib number. Let's take this one off. I took the Fib number, the Fib retracement, and started here and went down to the start. And I know that wave 3 could be of the same length than wave 1, or it could be an extension of 1.6, yes, 1.618. That's a Fib number. It's a golden ratio. So I'm expecting the wave 3 to reach that target. And for that, I draw the 2 rectangles. Yes, I draw the 2 rectangles, and I started the Fib. Let's take that away. And I started the Fib from the bottom. Well, the Fib, it does not, you cannot take the Fib here and put it there. But what you can do is you can take a Fib up to this. You draw a rectangle from here to here, and then you move that rectangle. You move that rectangle. You move that rectangle to here. Then you get a target, which here is of 49,477.32. So I'm expecting us that the wave 3 would be equal, because if wave 3 is just equal, then you have wave 4 that cannot enter the price territory of wave 1, so it could not retrace enough. But if you if we have an extension, the gold meme extension, 1.618, then our target is up here. Okay. Now, I wanted to talk about news, which is something that is important, because most people believe that news make the price, and I believe that the price makes the news. So I don't believe that news has any real impact on price, because in a bull market or in an impulsive wave, when prices go up, even bad news will be disregarded, okay, and price will go up, and good news will be regarded even highly, and price will go up. But price still goes up even if the news is bad. It will be discarded. And I talked about that because we had here the news, at least that's what I heard. I only look at it not because I know, not because it helps me in my trading. I don't think you can trade it. It's totally useless. But we had bad news. The bad news was that China banned once again Bitcoin and Bitcoin trading. So, what happens if you get that bad news? You're scared and you jump out of the market because you think it will crash. Okay, and you exit here when the price then goes up. So I don't think you can trade the news. And what I admit is that for wave two, I told you that our target, that there was support at 33,291.94. I told you that there was the span of the last fourth wave, that there was support, but that support did not hold. Okay, so maybe, why did the support not hold? Maybe it did not hold because there was bad news. I admit that hypothesis. Okay, so I say that the second wave retracement will be stronger if there's bad news. That could be true. Okay, but it changes nothing about the outlook of Elliott. If you're bullish, you stay bullish, even if the news is bad during a bull market. And here, my analysis was that we are bullish. Okay, and that's why even if we get bad news, it will be discarded. So I'm expecting us to reach that target at 49,477.32 for wave 3, even with the bad news. Okay, even with the bad news, I expect us to reach that target, because I don't think I think bad news will be disregarded, has no impact on price, no real impact on price. Maybe instead of stopping here on the spam of the fourth wave, we traced, as I told you, the 78% retracement. I can look at it again. And the 78.6 retracement. So maybe instead of retracing 0.38.2, instead of retracing that, we retraced 78.6. That could be possible. It could be that the news made that difference, but it changes nothing of for the outlook of Elliott, because in both cases you are still bullish. In both cases, it's only a wave 2. The wave 2 can be a little more sharper, but it's still wave 2. And it's exactly the same thing that happened with COVID last year when we dropped from, if my memory is correct, we dropped from 40K to, what was it? 4K, if my memory is correct. That's exactly the same thing. So COVID, bad news for COVID, the starting of COVID, did make us drop, but that drop was only wave 2. And even if it was sharper, it was close to 100%, it was still only wave 2. Remember that you only have 3 rules in the Elliott theory that you have to follow, 3 rules. and the first wave, the first rule is that wave 2 retrace up to 100%, but not more. And if there's bad news, it will be close to 100%, but not more. But it changes nothing because you still stay bullish. You still stay. You still stay long. Here, I did not exit my long position because my stop loss did not get hit. If you went below 39,573.21, then my stop loss will get hit, and I will exit automatically my position, because in that case my hypothesis, my strategy is not valid anymore. I mean, I was counting an impulse wave, and it says clearly that there's no impulse wave since wave 2 went below the start of wave 1, and that's impossible. In that case, my outlook changes. In that case, I'm wrong. In that case, I must admit that I'm wrong, and I must exit my position. But as long as my stop loss point does not get hit and my outlook is still bullish, I'll stay with my position. That's what I want to say. Tomorrow we see how much where we are in the third wave. If everything is fine, we should be above that high, which is 45.94. We should be above that if everything goes according to plan. If my stop loss gets hit, then I have, of course, to change my outlook and come up with a bearish count. But for now, I don't see that. For now, my favorite count is still the bullish count, and I'm sticking with it as long as it stays valid. So I hope I could explain to you what news does, and that once you never can trade the news will get you, it will make sure that you exit good position. It will make sure that you exit Bitcoin when it dropped from 40K to 3 or 4K. Okay, and if you exit at 4K, and then you miss the entire the entire third wave that followed, and went, if my memory is correct, up to what was it, 54K. So look at all the gains you would not have done because of bad news. So you cannot, I don't think that anybody can trade the news. It will get you out of good position and into bad position if you listen to it. So you should never care about the news. What you should care about is your Elliott wave count, and to know if you if it's still intact, then stick with it, and if not, get out of your position. Last thing I didn't mention until now is that Fisher, the triangles, my indicator Fisher, the triangles below the candlesticks now turned bearish. But to me, it is alarming. It says play attention. We are not as bullish as we were a couple of hours ago, but since Elliott wave is still bullish, I don't change anything. But if we keep dropping, then Fisher will be bearish and Elliott will get bearish. In that case, I have to exit my position because I got bearish confirmation. Right now, I have a bearish indication, but I don't have the confirmation since Elliott wave is still bullish, and I wouldn't exit my position without confirmation. That's it. So I'm really interested to see where we are tomorrow, and if we are above 36, or even if you are above 45.22. 35,022. I think we could be tomorrow. We'll see. And I don't think that my stop loss will get hit, but we'll see that together tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell on YouTube, because it's time-sensitive information. The information I provide you will help you trading. It's the best Elliott wave analysis you'll find out there. I don't think you'll find anything that good for the short-term price, and that's what I do see here, because I'm talking about day trading. So I don't go into the long outlook. Maybe once or twice I'll do it, but for now, if you ask for it, maybe I'll do it. But for now, I'm focusing on day trading, and that's time-sensitive information. So as soon as my video gets out, you should take a look at it. They're normally quite short. Today I'm making them a little longer, at around 10 minutes, but normally they are quite short. I'm done in 5 minutes, and that's time-sensitive information. You should look at it as soon as it's out. So hit the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. Then you get information very fast. And remember, I'm doing all this for you for free. Okay, for that kind of analysis, you normally pay $200 a month. Okay, I give it to you for free. So at least you could hit the subscribe button. You could hit the notification bell, and you could drop me a like. That would be appreciated. Anyways, tomorrow we'll look at the outlook and see if wave 3 of the impulse wave is on the way, or if I'm wrong and my stop loss did get hit. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.